That's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Welcome to my IVF journey vlog. My name is Talisa. I'm so excited to finally be putting this video together for you guys. Your girl is whopping 7 months. So it's been a long journey and I'm just gonna jump right in. Me and Shator have been wanting to have kids for a couple years now. We've been together 7 years. We've been married for 5. So kids have always been like a topic of conversation in our relationship, but we just never felt like the time was right. When we first moved to Texas, we're like, okay, the time is like, this is perfect. We're away from family, which is a challenge, of course. Living situation was a little rocky at first. So we did wait a year before like, okay, this is it. Let's get started. So that's what we did. Originally, we planned to do at-home insemination, which is when you order the sperm, they ship it to your house, you track your ovulation and everything, and you just make sure you insert it when it needs to be inserted and just hope for the best, basically. We did want to do that, but then we're like, you know, let's be a little more strategic. Let's be a little more safe. Because we didn't know what we were doing. That's where we started our research. We looked for fertility clinics. Unfortunately, we live in like the middle of nowhere in Texas. So what that meant was we would have to look outside of the city that we live in, which was Dallas, San Antonio, Austin, like the bigger cities, you know. I did find 2. I found a clinic in San Antonio. I found one in Austin. I really liked the one in Austin a lot better. Don't know why necessarily. I don't remember what it was that was like, okay, no, I'm gonna go with this one. But I made the appointment. We had like the initial visit with the doctor. The name of the clinic is Kindbody and they have multiple locations all around the US. My first appointment, I was a little scared because I had to do like the transvaginal ultrasound, and it was interesting for sure. It was like very crampy, like it was a lot going on, but it went well. Everything was good, so we were able to move forward. And she explained to us that we could do IVF or we could do IUI. They explained the entire processes to us. So IUI is basically like at-home insemination, but instead the sperm is getting sent to them. They're helping you track your ovulation, your peak days, things like that, making sure everything is good. And they will be the ones putting the sperm in at the perfect time. And then you hope for the best. Okay. Now IVF, on the other hand, is a much longer, much more expensive process. We were going to do IUI, but before we could even get started, we had to do a plethora. Okay, when I say a plethora, I mean that. Of like labs, genetic testing, we had to do therapy. We had to do like, they had to go in and do like all these checks to establish a baseline in a sense, to make sure none of my tubes are blocked, like everything in my uterus looks fine and dandy. So yeah, the initial appointment was like February 8th or something like that. February, March, April, all of those months consisted of labs, testing, we did have to find a donor, of course. That took a long time as well, because once you get your blood work and stuff back, they have to tell you, these are the things that we found. You can't have a donor that has these things. Cool. Then you get into the genetics of things, like things that you are carrying. So you can be like a silent carrier of things that you've never heard of ever in life, which is crazy. But I did think it was fascinating because it's just like, wow, like what? And I'm calling my mom like, y'all passed this on to me. And they're like, what? Like they've never heard of it either, but I don't know. That's just what that consisted of. So within the process, my blood work showed that like the hormone that produces eggs, like mine was like super low, which wasn't an issue, but I was like, we could do IUI, but I just didn't want to risk it because it was literally like maybe like a 40 to 50% chance. I just felt like, you know, I don't want to, because mind you, this was already a long process. We haven't even really started anything. I was like, I don't want to have to keep waiting month after month. At the time, I was just like, I don't want to waste the money. I don't want to waste the sperm. I just think it would be better if we did IVF, basically. So we chose IVF. So during this time we were driving back and forth to Austin to get labs done, this specific appointment, they were checking to see if I was good to start my STEMS injections. The injections help you to produce more eggs, like as many eggs as possible, versus like the one that you would produce each period ovulation or whatever. So while I was super excited to, you know, be finally making it to this point, I can definitely say that the injections were my least favorite part of this entire journey. Like, I don't know, the needles were huge, the medicines were thick. It was just not fun. Every couple of days I would have to go back to the clinic so that they can measure the eggs and make sure everything was growing appropriately. And from there, that's when they would determine when they want to go ahead and get the eggs out. After every appointment, they would let me know how many eggs I had in both follicles and how big they were getting. And I just feel like they doubled like every single visit, which was super, super exciting. And just a disclaimer, like no one really knew that we were going through IVF. Only my best friend and my brother-in-law knew that we were going through this process. So that was interesting. I'm still glad that we did it that way because it gave us a bit more privacy and like the ability to really focus on what we needed to focus on. So, and also like it took so long, so we weren't necessarily sure. Like, you know how you would tell people like, yeah, we're trying for a baby, and and they're just like, okay, so like what's next? What's happening now? Like, we just didn't want that. So we kept it to ourselves, and we didn't tell our family till like later on in the process, or once we were pregnant. So next up on the journey is the trigger shot. I had to take it at exactly 11:15 p.m. and that needle was huge. Okay, I was terrified, but I was like, we're gonna get it done because that means in about 36 hours, they're going to be taking my eggs out. Like, how crazy is that we made it this far? But I was super, super excited, and we were just going to prepare to go down to Austin and have the procedure done. Egg retrieval day. So happy. So excited. I feel so bloated. But it's all for a good cause. Amen. So the appointment's at 9:30. It's 8:58. We need to pack a lot of stuff and get up out of here. It's only about 6-7 minutes away. I'll see y'all when I get there or afterwards. I don't know. Huh? Please do. Yeah. Good morning, y'all. Today's July 1st. It's 6:30 in the morning. I just drove all the way from San Angelo to Austin for a doctor's appointment, which is at 7:10. I'm tired, I'm sleepy, I'm hungry, I have to use the bathroom, just all the things this morning. So this appointment is the initial visit, so it's an ultrasound and blood work because our transfer is at the end of this month. Literally 20 days. Fingers crossed. Literally it's supposed to be in 20 days. Yeah, so I don't know if I've been trying to, document the journey and vlog and make sure I keep track of like the milestones and stuff. But I just finished my last birth control pill yesterday. So I'm supposed to start my estrogen pills this week, today or tomorrow. Don't know. We're gonna see what they say. My medication for my progesterone injections came in the other day. So we're starting with the shots again soon, in like 2 weeks. But yeah, everything's going, great so far. Only downside about this is the fact that the fertility clinic that we chose in Austin, like, I hate their communication system. Like, and I seen that in the reviews before we even got started, but in the beginning it seemed like, okay, like they've been improving on this, like they're doing pretty good communicating things. But as we continue on in this process, like, that has been very, very frustrating, like in all aspects. Like, I don't even know, but I'm trying to stay positive about it, trying to stay level-headed, because I think that IVF in itself is a frustrating, long process. Like, if you would have told me back in February that this process was going to be so long, I probably wouldn't have. I don't know, but I'm very grateful that we've made it this far. Thankful to God for the blessings that we've encountered already and the ones that are coming very, very soon. We have like a very healthy embryo. We're able to know the gender, like the genetics of everything. So I'm very, very grateful to have been able to, do that. I've learned a lot of things about my genetics and my health as well. So had we not done this route, I don't think we would have, found those things out or learned those things. But like, it's like no rush for real, but it's just like, this is such a long, draining, frustrating, expensive, like asterisk on expensive process. But I'm very, very grateful for all of the blessings that God has given us to even, be able to go through IVF, because a lot of people aren't. But yeah, I just wanted to give y'all an update. I'm here just for today, and I'm gonna be back in like a week or two for like a follow-up appointment, like the same thing, ultrasound and blood work. And then 2 weeks from that is our transfer. So I'm gonna try to keep y'all posted a little bit more than I have been, because I don't know. I don't know what this video is gonna look like when I do get to editing it and posting it, but y'all, I'm trying. So let me get up out of this car and try to put it on open for another 15 minutes. So I gotta sit here and hold my pee and listen to my stomach growl until it's time for my appointment. I'll see y'all later. Okay, so a little IVF update. It's the 23rd of July, and y'all will not believe what tomorrow is. Tomorrow is finally the embryo transfer. We finally made it. As I stated previously, I was a little frustrated with like the process and everything that was just going on because it's just such a waiting game and just a lot going on, really. So since that video, I've had more blood work, more cycle visits. I don't know if I mentioned like I was on birth control for a couple weeks, stopped the birth control. Now I'm taking. Then I started taking like estrogen. I take those like 3 times a day. And now we graduated to the progesterone and oil shots. And I was not excited about it because the needles, let me show y'all the difference in the needles. Okay, so this is like one of the first needles that I started with. In the beginning, before we even got the eggs retrieved, I was doing 2 injections every night. And it was this, and there's another one, like the glucose ones for insulin, the ones with insulin. You know what that looks like, then that's what the needle looks like. It's way smaller, but it's the medicine that's like so thick. But anyways, so these were the 2 needles we started with. Very small. Then we graduated to this one. Well, I knew that when we graduated to this one, it symbolized that like, okay, we're almost at the end of the journey, so just hold on, girl. So got to these. We started these last Friday. Every night at like 9, from 9 to 10 o'clock, had to take these in my butt. These are in the stomach. These are my like glute muscle. So this has been a challenge in itself. Anybody going through IVF, like I 1000% commend you for your strength and your mental, emotional, physical ability to, get through it because it is crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, so that's what we've been working with. I have to inject myself with these until I'm 9 weeks pregnant. 9 weeks. They told me that the other day and I was just like, what? There's no way. There's no way. But I'm gonna do it. I've been getting better at it. Like I've been getting better with I gotta heat my butt. I gotta heat the shot. I gotta do it really fast, put it in really slow, hold it there for a minute so it can really get into the muscle, really get into the logistics of it. So hopefully, the rest of the journey will be a breeze. It is very painful though. I went to the gym this morning and I was doing the foam roller on my, like where I've been doing my shots at. That has helped a lot. So yeah, tomorrow is the transfer. We're scheduled for like 1 o'clock. We chose the embryo that we want to implant, which I'm so excited to see. I'm excited to see the embryo, like, because it's really gonna turn into a little baby. And it's just amazing. It's an amazing feeling. I've been reading on TikTok like this whole entire journey, and I wanted to try acupuncture before my appointment. So I had an acupuncture appointment 2 days ago. Yeah, about 2 days ago. That went really well. It was such an experience. I'd never done acupuncture before. She did acupuncture. She did some like the gua sha for some back pain that I've been having, and like the cupping. Very interesting. I really enjoyed my appointment. I definitely think I really needed that, not only for like the IVF process, but also because I've been experiencing like shoulder and neck pain from work and back pain. It's just like I get my massages kind of on the regular, but like I really need somebody to get up in there and do what they're supposed to do, and she did exactly that. So I feel really good about tomorrow. I'm super excited to see like just what the future holds, and growing this little baby. Like I'm so excited. I have to go with a full bladder tomorrow. That's gonna be interesting because we have to drive 3 hours, and they're like, you need to drink this much amount of water every couple hours or so, and I'm just like, okay, diet for today is pineapples, salad, beet juice, and pomegranate juice. Like, that's it. I'm gonna eat protein later tonight, like some wings or something, but that's really it. And tomorrow after, we'll have our good luck McDonald's fries, and yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. This is Shatora's transfer outfit. She said it all on the couch last night. I just think that's really funny. The morning of the transfer, I definitely had to make it to the gym and get a good workout in, get my blood flowing. And then it was time to hit the road. Yeah, I swear this appointment only lasted like 20 minutes. They showed us the embryo, took us back to the room, made us sign some papers, and that was it.
2 weeks later.
So the transfer was successful. I still had to take my progesterone injections every night, which sucked, but I was going to continue until they told me I didn't need to continue anymore. So that was that. I didn't have any morning sickness or anything. I was just wanting certain foods at certain times. They call it food aversions. But yeah, I got some flowers. I was doing my injections. And honestly, all the glory to God, because we finally made it to being pregnant. So I did still want to celebrate my birthday in Chicago, which was a very great time. We had fun with our friends. Stayed out there for like 4 days. I did still have to take my injections and stuff, which was kind of just like, but we had a good time. This is our second time going to Chicago, so yeah, always a great time. When we came back, we had our first ultrasound, and look at my little bean. Like, he was growing so fast. This was 15 weeks right here, and we had like a little photo shoot for our announcement, so we could like tell our family and our friends finally, because that's definitely something we were looking forward to, and they just came out so beautiful. And yeah. Okay, hi guys, it's November 13th, almost 9:30. I need to hurry up and get out of here, but we are, can you see, 18 weeks and 6 days, or 5 days, one of the two. And we're about to go to our anatomy scan. I'm super excited because I've been waiting on this appointment for a very long time. We're almost at that 20-week halfway mark, and I like get to see him today. We had an appointment at like 12 weeks, but they had like some little screen and it just looked like a blob. Like, I was like, I see the baby, but I can't really see the baby. So I really haven't seen him since like 8 weeks. That's crazy. So starts at 10 o'clock. I gotta get over there. I wanted to stop and get some orange juice because I've seen it on TikTok. I think you should drink orange juice before your appointment, so they're like moving and stuff. And I'm gonna catch y'all up on my way to the appointment because we gotta catch up. I don't want to be late, but I'm gonna stop at McDonald's and get some orange juice because I also want a hash brown. But I don't even know where to start. So y'all see, we had the transfer in July. We found out like August 1st is when I took the test. And I took the test because literally the night before it was actually, was it 2 nights in a row? I think it was 2 nights in a row. Like, I woke up with like stomach cramps and stomach pains, and they were so freaking bad. The first night I was just like struggling by myself. I was sitting on the toilet like I literally could not move. And I'm not being dramatic or anything. They literally felt like what I think contractions would feel like. So in my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, like maybe like it's not sticking to my uterus or whatever. But I was super scared. So the following days, I peed on the stick, and I was so scared to look at it. And I just like peed on it, left it out the room, left it there, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like on eggshells. And went back in there, and I could literally, like, the lines were so dark. And I was just like, oh my god, like I literally just started crying. And I FaceTimed Shasora, and I told her, she was at work at the time, and I showed her the stick, and she's like, it was just super exciting. She came home and everything. But yeah, so that was August 1st. I went in for a couple blood draws like the following weeks, and as the days went on, like my numbers were doubling. So they're like, yeah girl, you're definitely pregnant, like congratulations. Graduated from our fertility clinic. And yeah, we told her side of the family maybe at like 7-8 weeks, because she couldn't hold it. She can't hold water, which I mean, I can. She can't. So we ended up telling them. We told my in-laws and our niece. My brother-in-law already knew, and my best friend knew. Like they knew like throughout the whole process. When we told her side of the family, that was around that time we had our first ultrasound, and like this when we seen the little blob, and like he was just like his heart rate was like 191. I was just like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. It's not crazy, but I guess that was normal. But for my parents, we waited. Really, from my side of the family, we waited, because if you know my family, child, it would have been plastered all over Facebook like super early, and I wanted to make it out of my first trimester at least. I also wanted it to be like kind of special for them, because this is like their first grandchild. We haven't had a baby. Well, my cousin had a baby about a year or two ago, but we haven't had like a baby in the family for a little minute, so I wanted to wait. And we ended up ordering like a little Dallas Cowboy onesie, and got them t-shirts that said like promoted to grandma, promoted to grandfather. And we had sent it to them in a little box with like instructions, and FaceTime them. I'll insert that because I swear we put the instructions very, very clear, and like, but it just took forever. Like that FaceTime call was like 18 minutes. But so yeah, we ended up telling them. Then we went to Dallas, and my aunts came down, and you know, I'm just getting spoiled with breakfast and all the things. So thus far, my pregnancy has been very beautiful, not gonna lie. It's also been kind of weird because like I'm exhausted a lot of the times. I eat a lot more, and it makes it hard for me to work out. And mentally, I thought I prepared myself for these things, like as we were going through IVF, but it's just like when it's actually happening, and it's a whole different ball game. I made it to, yes, nobody is in the line, so this should be fast. Ooh.
Welcome to McDonald's. Is mobile today?
No. Can I get a small orange juice and a hash brown, please?
Just is that for today?
Yes, that'll be it.
Well, I reached the last person now.
Thank you. Is this the first one, there? $5.39. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you too. I've had a great experience, and I don't know if it's because I'm having a boy, or if I don't know, it's the time of year, like it's not like super hot, I'm not super I don't know, people say a lot of things like the time of year, what you're having, your relationship, like your environment. your environment, like all of those things play a part, but I just feel super blessed. Like I have no complaints again. I went to Chicago. That was interesting because I was still doing like my progesterone injections, and I couldn't drink, I couldn't do anything. Like, you know, in the beginning, like you really tired, like smells, oh my gosh, like I don't get nauseous, but it's like certain smells. When we went to Millennium Park to go to the Bean, I was drinking water the whole time and I had to use the bathroom, so I went and used the bathroom. Somebody in the stall right beside, like it stunk when we first walked in there, and I was just like, oh my god. So I started gagging. But then I went into my stall and like it was right beside me. It was literally right beside me. Whatever was going on, I looked under the thing a little bit and I seen like somebody barefoot doing something. Like, it, you know, I understand, but child, just thinking about it, like it was so bad. I was gagging so loud. I didn't throw up, but it was just like I had to get up out of there. I survived. I had a great trip. I wasn't like super lazy or anything, but it was definitely interesting. And it was my birthday, so it was just like, what? Girl can't turn up on her birthday? I really don't care. Like I really don't care, but it was just an interesting experience. I hope I ain't just fucked that tire up. I'm sure I did it. I'm sure I did it. But yeah, my baby is due April 11th. Who is this? Oh. I'm really, really excited. Oh, and also we bought a house. We literally closed on the house on the 5th. So I really haven't been on social media like that for real, because it's just been a lot going on. Like from the baby, we were house hunting for, what are these people doing? Months. The first house, so I found a house like in July or June. I want to say June. I found a house in June. Loved the house. It was a new construction. It was really cute too. And I started the paperwork, gave them an offer, they accepted the offer, got an inspection done, and the inspector just found so much stuff that was wrong with the house. And I'm like, they literally just finished building this house. Why is it so many? So we just took that as a sign, like, this ain't the one. And granted, the builder was like, oh, we can fix all these things, but it was just stuff like water damage, like stuff not being screwed on tight, like dents and insulation. And it wasn't like small issues. It was like the insulation wasn't good. Like, shout out to the guy that inspected that house, because I wasn't gonna go with him because my realtor told me to go with somebody else, and I was just like, oh no, I'm going with him. And he did a good job because he found so much stuff. So had to let that house go, and I gave it a break because I was just over it. Like, I stopped working with that realtor. Granted, I really loved her. She was good. I was working with her for a while, but after that I was just like low-key distraught and irritated, because it's just like, you know what I'm saying? But we kept looking and looking, and a couple weeks ago we found a house. Not even a couple weeks, I'd say like over a month ago we found a house. I fell in love with the house. We put in an offer, like it was only on the market for like 2 days, maybe like 3 days, and we was like, let's put in an offer. Did that, they accepted, and we just closed on the 5th. So now we're doing like renovations and everything, trying to get the house ready for us to move in. But we have a lot of time in our apartment. We have till the end of December in our apartment, which is a great thing, so we can move slowly and we can do all these renovations and stuff in the meantime, between time. Right there. And yeah, like, I'm just really, really, really excited, and everything is going as it should. And yeah, so I just pulled up. I'm about to drink this orange juice. Yep. supposed to start at 10:30, but we gotta be here at 10. And it's 9:52. So, but yeah, that's really all the updates, I think. We go home next week for Thanksgiving. I'm really excited. Let's go to this appointment. Let's go see the little baby. And I'll talk to y'all later. Okay, so this is where my little baby started. This is the embryo from the embryo transfer, like right before it went in. Crazy. This is him at 8 weeks, right? Yeah, about 9 weeks, 9 weeks. Like, look at him. He was such a little bean. And now my baby, like, what? Such a cutie. I literally cannot wait to April. And I'm like, yeah, it's definitely a boy. Clearly. Like, he was literally moving everything but his head. So, yeah, you guys. Your girl is having a baby. Baby boy will be here 2026. I'm so excited. Like, before. It's so crazy. But I hope y'all enjoyed this IVF journey video. I will be getting back on YouTube more consistently, I promise. I just had to make it through the whole process. First trimester, getting a house, getting my life together, and yeah. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel already. And if you have any questions, comments, anything, drop them below. I'm also gonna link my registry if you wanna, you know, buy my little baby some things. You're welcome to do that. Love y'all, and I'll see you in the next video.